Okay, so in this video, we are going to study about, dictionaries. So dictionaries are typically your uh, collective data types, and in these, they are mutable. So when we talk about when we talk about when they are mutable, it means that typically you could change the contents of that variable with that particular data type during the execution of that program. Okay. So that is what we have to understand in here. And the dictionaries usually are found by key value pairs. So key value pairs, when we talk about key value pairs, it is typically this is the key, the first one is the key, and after a colon, there is a value. So that is what it is called a key value pair. Okay. And every key value pair will be separated by a comma. And once it is separated by a comma, then the next one is your another key, and then its value again. Again, it is separated by a colon. So, and the entire literal in this context is, uh, you know, uh, enclosed in braces. So all the key value pairs of a dictionary will be enclosed in braces. So this is the opening brace, and this is the closing brace, right? So we have to understand this in here. Next, what we have to understand is that when we are talking about, when we are talking about key value pairs, so we can utilize these keys to actually, get the value of that key. So the value of the key is in here is Bob. So again, this line will actually print Bob in here as I have commented in here. Okay, and next is like we can also include more keys in the existing in the existing dictionaries. So in here that I have included another key which is marks, and I have included the value as 90 in this one. Also, there are some built-in keywords which we can utilize with your dictionaries, such as del keyword to delete your any of the keys typically in this. Okay, so we have to understand that in here. Okay, and apart from that, apart from that, there are also like method to iterate over the key value pairs of the dictionaries. So in here, what I have written in here is that key, this typical key is taking each key value pair from in here, and from this function, this inbuilt function, which is also like the attribute of the dictionary class. So this inbuilt function or the attribute of the dictionary class will iterate through keys. So it will take out all the key value pairs, and for each key value pair, the key will be in here, and from that key we are calling its value from this access specifier, which is this brackets in here, the opening and the closing brackets. These are called access specifiers. So from these access specifiers, we are actually getting the value of your key. So in this access specifier, we are also utilizing it to delete it something. So whenever you're using these access specifier brackets, typically these are brackets only, and we are calling it access specifiers. So access specifiers can utilize to get some value out of whether it is keys or whether it is index numbers of any sequence data types, which is your um, list or tuple. Okay. So I've gone ahead and actually, wrote everything here and left out your difficulty level of how to write in terminal and everything. So in here, so I have written an, simple file called dictionary hyphen example dot file. And in here, like that is the output, which is more or less the same as in this one. I just typed it out because you should always type your programs out, because that will actually help you to keep keep your focus in writing. And when you have focus in your typing and writing, you will do less mistakes. Okay, so that is there, because most of the time people lose focus or people lose concentration when they are typing due to distractions around what where wherever they are doing the practicals. That is why you should focus on typing and concentrate on typing what you are thinking here. Okay. So again, this was the and to check whether we have written properly or not, there is a cat command which you can use, and I used a wildcard in this one, so I got this the output in this one. When I ran this Python, when I ran this Python file through the interpreter of the Python, we got the output as Bob, name Bob, and marks 90. Right. So we got this one. So typically, how this happens, we can understand in here is that since this one will not give any output on this one will not give any output. Okay, because we are just assigning the dictionaries in this one. Okay, so we are just assigning the dictionaries. Okay, we are just assigning the dictionaries in this one, and okay, we are just assigning the dictionaries in this one, and also the fact is that in here, what we are doing is we are printing one of the values. We are printing one of the values, which is Bob. Okay, so the from accessing the key name, we are printing the value Bob in this one. Okay. So that is there, and then afterwards we are also like making one more key in this one, which is marks, and assigning new value to it, which is 90 in here. So then in here there will be one more key value pair, which is marks is equal to 90. Then we are going ahead and deleting one of the keys, which is age. So this key will be deleted. And when we are deleting one key, its value associated with it, which is this 18, will also be deleted in this one. Okay, so that is what we have to understand in this one. So ultimately, when the for loop finally runs after printing one of the values of the first key, which is Bob, uh, this key in here, this key, what it does is this key will take all the keys from taken out from the key attribute of the dictionary class, which makes the dictionary literal, and it will take out the key from here, and from that key, which when you include this in the access specifier of the same dictionary, we are getting the value of that key as well. So that is how we are getting in here as like name, Bob, and marks and okay. So this is the written program in here. So you could tally it with your line numbers in this one. But typically, so the line number one will not have any output, but the line number two will have an output because we are accessing the name. We're accessing the name key and we are printing its value from there. The third one is again inclusion of new key value pairs, which is marks and 90. We are including marks and 90 in here, and then and at the fourth one we are deleting the age. So this deletes the age, deletes the key as well as its value. So we are deleting the age key in this one. So this age key is deleted in the here, and then for key in the keys we print key. So again, typically this Typically, this one is taking the keys out of all the key value pairs from accessing, uh, the inbuilt function or typically the attribute of this dictionary class, and from there we are printing key, and then from that key and using the access specifier of the dictionary we are taking its value. So ultimately, the output which we are getting is name Bob and mark 90. One question that can be asked in here is that why isn't age is printed? The age is not printed because before we are running this for loop, all the key value pairs, we are deleting the age in here. That is why in the output we didn't get any, you know, age in here. We got Bob in here, so somebody maybe had to be confused regarding that why Bob is in here is because we have printed Bob to accessing the name key before assign for including any new key value pairs in the dictionary. Okay, so we have to understand that. So that is all is in here. Okay, hopefully you have understood this, and hopefully this video hasn't gone too long, 9 minutes. That is good.